Let's imagine that you're the secretary of the CEO of Paget Corporation. Your boss showed you this spreadsheet with the names and departments of the new employees in the company. She wants you to add Joshua Odom in this file, who works for the accounting department. Also, she wants you to make the spreadsheet look orderly and presentable. Let's see what we can do about that. First, let's see what happens when we click a cell like this one, which contains the name Cordova. This cell is located in column D, as we can see from the column labels here at the upper part of the spreadsheet. This cell is also at row number 5, as we can see from the row label here on the left side of the spreadsheet. Now, if we look here at the upper left portion of the file, we have here a white box that shows D5, which is also the cell address of the cell that is currently selected. Meanwhile, if we select this cell that contains the name Claudia, we see that the cell address has changed to E9 since this cell is in column E and row 9. At first glance, I think the first thing we need to fix is the length of column F over here. As you can see, the text is spilling over to the right side because column F isn't wide enough. To adjust the width of the column, we can click and hold the right side border of the column label here, then drag it sideways to whatever width we want. Alternatively, we can right-click on the column marker, select Resize Column, and enter the new column width in pixels. The current setting is 100 pixels, which is the default setting. So let's try to set that to twice the width, which is 200 pixels. And that would do. We can also do the same adjustments for row height, but in this particular case, there's no need to do so. Next up, let's take care of the title. I think it would be better if we can put the title in the middle of the top part. To do this, we select these cells by clicking and holding cell C2 and dragging all the way to F2. Then we combine them to make one big cell by clicking Merge Cells over here. Now that we have one big cell containing this long text, we click Horizontal Align and make sure that the text is aligned to the center of its cell. We can do something similar to the employees cell over here. We select cell B4, all the way to B13, then click Merge Cells again. Now, having this text written horizontally does not make sense, so we orient it vertically by clicking Text Rotation and selecting Rotate Up. Let's adjust the widths of these cells. Now, that looks way better. Now remember that your boss wants this employee to be added to the database. With his surname starting with O, we must place this guy in between Nguyen and Reyes after number 7. In order to create new space for this employee, we right-click on the number 10 row label, then click Insert one row below. Now, we can type in his employee details. However, this presents a problem with the employee number assignments. Since Reyes was moved down in order to squeeze in Odom, Reyes' employee number should be 9 instead of 8. To fix this, we first select all employee numbers, then erase all entries using the delete button on your keyboard. Wait, actually we'll be needing 1 and 2 for the first 2 entries over here. So since we erased them a while ago, we now type them manually. Now pay attention to this trick, since this will be very useful in our use of Google Sheets. Let's select the 1 and 2 that we have just typed. Now, if we look at the lower right corner of this selection, we see a square. If we click and hold this square and drag it all the way down to the last row at 14, the numbers will be automatically generated. Alright, a little bit more and we're done. Let's fix the text alignment. I prefer starting off with everything in center alignment by default. Then long texts, such as names, must be aligned to the left. Numbers are usually aligned to the right, but in the case of ordinal numbers such as these, they're better off aligned to the center. When we select a group of cells, we can adjust the font type, size, and color using these tools. Now, I'll adjust the text my way, then do it your way. Our table would look nicer with solid borders to distinguish the cells from each other. To put borders, let's select a group of cells that we want to put borders on, such as these. We then go to Borders, then select All Borders. We can do the same to this cell over here, the one that contains employees. Even though it's a single cell, it still works that way. We can also change the colors of the cells using Fill Color over here. You choose your colors, I'll choose mine. Lastly, if we are to take a screenshot of the table, it would be better done if the default grid lines were to be removed. To do that, we go to View, then Show, then uncheck Grid Lines. Now, we have an orderly and presentable employee database table for our boss.